Welcome everyone, and today we have a different format than usual because we have a review game of a viewer. For those that don't know, on my Twitch channel I offer review of games against like channel point, and it's also like a service I'm offering on my predacademy.com website through the coaching page. And here we have Adenor, a Platinum 3 player according to Omeda City, that played mid lane gadget and wanted me to review his game, and so I've done my best to provide him like any good information on what he should improve. And I hope you like this new format and maybe you learn a few things or two from his gameplay. Let's jump right in. I don't know what's happening. I guess every time someone asks for a coaching, like there is some weird level 1 that is happening. So we get the Seek and Destroy. We try to shove the wave as fast as we can, which I don't dislike the idea, since we can be like the enemy Howitzer wasn't there. So the enemy Howitzer decided to not play, which is smart because if he plays, he would have been in a bad spot. So here, Adenor, one thing you can do is dealing auto attack to the tower, like at that moment, has absolutely no impact. So here, take advantage of the huge tempo gain that you have over your opponent to go look for a ward, like probably on the 2 camp or something. You can also like sometimes here you get like so much early tempo that you could even like try to be a nuisance by sending like a Seek and Destroy on top of the red buff, because a lot of jungler just like use the hunt early. But the main thing is here, the time you spent in the mid lane auto attacking the tower, since he's not contesting you and not fighting, and you don't have Sticky Mine to poke him, serves nothing, so just go for a ward.
First blood.
And now you go for the ward, but your tempo is slightly off, because here you could already like be back and already like having like the pressure for the level 2, while now you're gonna be on the back foot for the level 2. I don't know how he's not level 2, maybe because he missed a minion, but yeah. So we try to go for the poke with the Sticky Mine, simple auto attack, nothing very special here. He's gonna finish like this minion.
Allied tower under attack.
So here, I don't think you need like the Sticky Mine on the minion wave that much. I think I prefer to keep like poking the enemy Howitzer. But that's good, we're poking so far. So now we need to like navigate the next wave. We need to have like kind of an idea of where is the enemy jungler. We see that this Howitzer is not even like present, so we're gonna take advantage of that to shove that wave, and he's going to go onto the right river buff. We do have the rampage coming, so we're gonna like try to come for the fight. Or we get the flash. Security gate, we get the security gate, but unfortunately not much more. Here, probably you need to go for river buff. Once again here, second time you do that, you should like you once again like spend like 2 auto attack instead of like rotating immediately for the river buff, and know that mean that okay, Edoizi is nice, he's not taking it from you, otherwise you would have been like into a bad spot. But once again, like it's those little like timing, and here yeah, you're right of trying to be aggressive, but don't forget the last hit the minion. So we get some poking. You have to be careful here about stepping up, in a sense. Like, as soon as you use the Sticky Mine... So, here, you go for the Sticky Mine, and this guy disengage and minion are pushing. Here, if you step up, you're not gonna secure, like, anything else. Like, he's not gonna, like, stay, so you can't auto-attack him. And we have information, I think, on the jungler, so that's fine, you can step up, actually. But there is, like, not much to be gained here, and there is no kill potential. So there is like not really any reason to step up in here in that situation. So you're staying like one more wave, which is good. You force him to back, and that means that you're gonna get like one more wave of XP and gold before you back. He's gonna catch everything because it's a cannon wave, but then you're looking to go for the reset. Here, you should reset like as fast as you can. And so that's perfect. So besides like those little like timing moment that we have seen here, I don't think there is like any mistake. It's just like slightly more efficiency when it comes to not doing action that don't really have any benefit. Could have been better on the gank of Edo Easy on the side river buff, but it was okay. Here, Edo shouldn't like be too aggressive because you have the wave pushing against you. You need to catch that wave. Try to play with your teammate. Probably you don't need the Seek and Destroy like here to finish like the 3 minion. And because you use the Seek and Destroy, now you're gonna have like a little bit of trouble of shoving that wave. So you're gonna get stuck on the timing of river buff. So this is where like you have to be careful about like what you're using. Here you don't have priority. Wave is still like in front of tower. Well, you're dropping aggressively on it. So this drop is risky. Your rampage is super far away from you. You are not on time. And you have a wave that it's very easy to shove under tower and to deny you farm if you're gonna like lose here. Here that drop is ballsy. If you want to go for that drop, I think you need a ward before. Okay, we dodged the rocket. So here it's a matter of like, I guess like waiting for the next situation of river buff and try to be ahead when it comes. Prime is here, we're starting to get like a little bit low on mana, so you can't really like go for the aggression. And as soon as you're in that situation, since you're kind of low on mana, like I guess there is no more like we keep poking in a sense.
Allied tower under attack.
We do have the rampage that was looking around. Yeah, you have nothing here. So that's the, like here that was like a little mistake. Is since like here you know your rampage is around. And your opponent is not really playing. And you're like not super healthy on mana. Like here, if you look, if you want to do a Seek and Destroy, Security Gate, Sticky Mine, Tesla Dome combo, it's 230, it's 320 mana. You don't even have enough mana to go your full combo on that gank. And you need to have your full combo for that gank, otherwise you're gonna fall behind. Otherwise you're not gonna get the kill. So of course we're looking to get full combo and your rampage is around. And from like the way the Howitzer play, like sometimes myself when I play mid lane, I don't see my jungler. But here, like from the way the Howitzer is playing, like your jungler is around. And so you know that. Hello, Vopa. And so here, you need to not use mana on the wave because you need to keep your mana to be able to set up the gank afterwards. And so here, you using Seek and Destroy here, plus the Sticky Mine, means that no Eloise is aggressing. So you're gonna step up, but you have nothing. You don't even have enough for Security Gate Tesla Dome. And that's what you try to do, but you don't even have it because you're out of mana. And so what should have been a free kill and a free gank turns into like nothing. And now you try to be aggressive with no mana. On that, like if the enemy jungler is counter ganking you, you have no mana, you're forced to flash away. Like then you have to understand that the play is gone. Here it's a cannon wave that you're gonna try like to shove when you don't have mana, so you can't shove it. And now you expose yourself to the gank of the enemy jungler, and you're gonna have to force flash away. And so you lose your flash, the wave is in a bad state, your opponent is going to come back, and so like despite the enemy like going for the gank, Like the gank of the rampage is pretty good, but because you don't navigate the gank well, you don't get the kill. And as soon as you don't get the kill, you have to understand it's reset time. Like I can't stay anymore because here you try to stay. Since mid lane is all about tempo, you try to stay on the cannon wave with no mana to shove the lane, which means that then it's easy for the enemy jungler to come to you and gank you, and then you lose your flash, and you're gonna lose also, like here Edoeasy is forced to shove the lane for you, otherwise you're gonna lose too much. But that means that you lose a cannon, and you're gonna lose like maybe a couple minions from that wave, because here the cannon is not shoving, so you're gonna lose like even more here. And all of that is because you overstayed your welcome. So when the play is gone, the play is gone. You're a mage, you're a caster. If you have no mana, like you're not gonna kill anyone.
An enemy has fallen.
So in terms of CS, we're doing good. We got the little war to prepare for the next respawn of River buff. So here, in those situations, like here, as you can see, if you step up and you're not even gonna put a sticky mine on the opponent, like there is no reason to step up. It's slightly better to just like hide yourself somewhere or get information on the jungle or something like that. So also like you make your opponent like being a little bit scared and force him to call like enemy missing middle lane, for instance, something like that, which makes like the rest of the lane like a little bit harder to play. So here you're gonna get like a huge shove priority, and so here that's the moment that either we go for a gank, I think like I seen Edoeasy somewhere, or you go for a rotation if you want. There is not much of a rotation to be found here, but you can maybe like create like priority for a river buff, which is fine, or like going like for a Fang Tooth or something like that. But here you're gonna take like this shove priority to get double river buff. Actually, you don't. So it's a bit unfortunate. If you plan to reset, then reset after you take the river buff. Because here, like, you lose once again like 15 seconds at just walking. So in the end, you're gonna stay. We get the super ninja warrior that's rotating. You got the landmine. Here you just wait. Tesla Dome when he fall down. Okay, so he flashed away. You get the flash. You were ready to follow. That's good. You don't need to back out that much to reset. Like every second can count. And here like the Howitzer can't really contest you because he has no ultimate and no flash. So he can't step up to cancel your back. But I guess you wanted to guarantee the back to get your Orb of Growth, which means that you're playing scaling time. So since you don't really have like any kill potential against that person, you just like look at poking him without getting poked yourself, but that's all you can do. So here you can get like a fast shove, which means that then you can get a rotation. And so here, immediately what I would have loved from you is you can see like there is maybe like a fight in dual lane. So here you come back, you see that the Howitzer is not there, which means, okay, I can get like a shove advantage. So immediately you said, okay, if I come back, my opponent is not there, I'm gonna get like a shove advantage. What can I take with it? What can I take with that prior I'm gonna generate? And this priority for you is mean like, oh, there is some fight in dual lane that seems that my dual lane is losing. So, and it's like kind of the even ground. So maybe I have a rotation to dual lane to make something happen. And if that's the case, then I want you to play the wave on that side because you don't need to be like close, like you're a ranged character. And as soon as the wave is finished, you're ready to walk into that direction. But here, just looking to go for the aggression, and no, we're starting the rotation, but it's 15 seconds later than what you could have done. And all you gain from that like thing is actually doing a sticky mine on him. But the thing is, it's just like if you have like the opportunity, it's something that is very important as a mid laner. And if your opponent like give you like shove priority, like then you need to take the advantage. And that doesn't mean you go fully for the rotation. So here we go for the rotation, but it's not the timing for rotation actually.
An enemy has been slain.
Because you didn't have like any like lane priority. So here it's a cannon wave, so cannon wave like takes quite a long to actually like go for it. So we decide to go for a little bit of a trade, which is good. And as a mid laner, if you manage to find like window to rotate and impact the map without like you not losing farm and stuff, like that's one of like the main way you can actually like help as a mid laner. Because mid lane, the 1v1 is very hard to dominate because lane is super short, and also like it's very easy to counter gank here. So I get the idea to clear the wave as fast as you can to get the tower. I like it. You don't need to use the Tesla dome. You're a gadget. Seek and destroy plus sticky mine is enough.
Allied tower under attack. Enemy has been slain.
Since it wasn't a cannon wave, you didn't need to use like both abilities. You didn't need to use the Tesla dome. So you accept to not rotate for the Fang Tooth to get the tower.
An allied tower is
Is
destroyed.
a choice. Here you should be like super safe. I wasn't expecting the rotation. Okay, they're going to go on the tower plus the ultimate from Murdoch. They go for a 5-man rotation on mid after taking Fang Tooth. That's not a good play by them. Like they're losing tempo on the map after they're losing tempo on taking the Fang Tooth with so many people, so it's okay. So we're gonna respawn, working towards the Mega Cosm. We should be like keep like working towards finishing the Orb of Enlightenment. So here we can see that we're going to try to defend the tier 1 tower because the Murdoch is rotating. So we're covering. But nobody's covering mid in the meantime. Okay, we get our crests. Murdoch is mid, so you keep farming that side, it's okay. Here we don't really have vision, the map is dark, so we have to be careful. Seems to be at an ore, but we already have seen that there is like some stuff that you could have improved.
The enemy has activated the
Your team secured a mini prime while you were keeping like those people busy on this side of the map. So it's fine.
allied
Shouldn't step
tower
up here, you
under
still have no
attack.
vision. Nobody was contesting the... There your only job is like to farm while you occupy like many people on your lane, so... Trying to finish your Orb of Growth. Here you can see like We need to spend a little bit better the mana. So get the next wave, probably go for the reset after.
Enemy has been slain.
So do we get it now? We don't get Orb of Enlightenment yet, so it's a bit sad. Here you should be like walking back towards your team probably. There is nothing to be found on the right side. I guess it's time like to switch back position. Looking to get your level 11 to get your ultimate level 2. So far you have been farming correctly. The only problem is you didn't took the opportunity of the moment you could have impacted your team in a sense. Okay, we're gonna try to like. And this is a little bit what I like. I say here. So you have a huge shove timing, and you decide to
Enemy has fallen.
not really like do much with it. So from there, you finish to shove the lane. You get river buff. You can look at offlane. You see that Super Ninja Wizard is pushing the wave. Then you can go for a rotation. Your tower is super safe because the wave is super far push, and you're still like pretty strong. Your Orb of Growth, Megacosm, Epoch finish, so that's not like you're gonna die like very easily if you're alone in the jungle. So here you have a very strong like rotation timing. But what you do here, you get that. That's good. We're at 34. At 34, you should be like you could already be rotating towards the offlane. Here. And here you start to do something else. 8 seconds before you actually like do something else. In 8 seconds, you could already be there. And if you are there, like this Serrat is dead and your Crux is alive.
Enemy has been slain. Allied tower under attack.
So in the end, you still like 2 camps, but that costed the life of your Crux. So yeah, it feels like you said that you don't like to rotate too much, and like from your gameplay, that's like what kind of that's a little bit what I see is like the part that you need to improve is when you have like rotation timing, trying to make them happen. So here you have shove priority. The team is probably calling Fangtus, so just go Fangtus. Team is fighting. I get a little bit of poke onto that howitzer, but probably looking at Tesla Dome. So I think here, like, either we stay like into the pit and we do it, or like they're gonna come to contest. And so that's like your job as a caster in those situations. Your job as a caster is I need to be ready to follow up my CC, the CC of my team. So as soon as you see like the steel stepping up like that, you should be okay. I'm ready to use a Tesla Dome to follow that up. Like, that's your job as a caster, is following your frontliner that's going for the engage. And so here the steel is going in, and you see the shield slam, you're backing out. Instead of like, okay, that's a close corner with the steel going in, that could be a good Tesla Dome. And you still like never stepped up when like they're full on disengage when it's a corridor, which is very, very good for a gadget. Like this team fight could have been like probably a double kill for your team on top of like the howitzer kill if you're following slightly better the stealing gauge and you're not scared to play in that corridor. Yeah, but here like it wasn't even 1%. Like you're still like ulted 2 people. And here the Tesla Dome is not good. Like you can like find like a better Tesla Dome inside the pit, but they're gonna clean up. Try to flash. Don't think we have the mana to survive, so. In the meantime, we do have the Grux split pushing, so maybe that can like have some value. So I'm advancing here until you respawn. So we finally have the Orb of Enlightenment finished. And you can see the game is at 10 kills. Your team have 8 kills. You participated in 1 of them. And that's something that kind of show that you're shying a little bit too much away from like fights. Okay, we got the Void Crystal, so that's why we're back, working towards the World Breaker. We're gonna walk back. Here we try like to go for the damage. Okay, that's a good Tesla Dome. We're gonna get like a double kill. Here we're gonna push with the rest of the team. Gonna try to CC that, get the rock.
Enemy has fallen.
Probably a no prime call, I guess, at that point, since you get a lot of kill and the Serat knife is gone. So here. Still zoning. Edoise is going to die. Don't jump in front of a Victor, because then you can't dodge the hook. So in the end, it's a little bit unfortunate. We didn't add enough damage to kill the objective. Just go out here, you have no mana, you're not helping your teammate.
An allied tower is destroyed.
It's a bit unfortunate, they're all super low on HP, but there is nothing you can do. So we're gonna reset. And here you should walk back to... Like, why are you walking mid?
Under attack.
Look at what's happening here. So when you get out of the base, you need to go somewhere that is actually useful. Your steal was already taking care of the wave mid. Your rampage was working, people are low on HP. You can maybe catch something, defend the wave. Here you should be like walking towards the left side. That's a mistake to be in the mid lane. You finally realize that, but it's too late. And no, Edoise is dead when they should never have been able to be aggressive. Here Edoise dying is in part because of you, because you didn't walk towards the right lane. And imagine you were already like in that lane like 15 seconds earlier to be ready to follow up onto like the damage of that like steal on the CC of the steal, and then you would have been like able to already like probably get a double kill already. So here also, that's something you need to get better at, because I see that you almost never do it. So here it's obvious that your steal is going to bull rush that guy. If the steal walks towards like that person, you will either bull rush her or will like shield bash her. Like that's what he's going to do because he's a steal. So you need to prepare your spell on the CC. But you try to launch the spell like before the CC and know your spell fully like miss.
Killing spree.
To be fair, the bull rush is not perfect by the steal, but it's not really like about like landing it here. It's about the intention. So here we're gonna like farm at distance.
An enemy has
Gonna go for a reset maybe. I guess we're looking for wall breaker now. So we're gonna go for one more wave. It's thanks to timing, by the way.
an enemy has been slain.
Now we're resetting, but I think you reset without taking the wave. So like once again here you lost 30 seconds by going for a wave that you shouldn't have gone. Unless like here you can see you didn't need that additional wave, and so you should have just gone back for wall breaker, and so you can be with your team for the Fangtooth respawn. So once again we see that you lose a little bit of time on the map, and I feel like it's mainly like your main point that you need to improve. It's not really like about like ability landing or all those things or like game knowledge. I feel like it's like trying to shove out like all those time that you're losing time by not impacting stuff basically. Finally, you arrive on time, but you can see once again you weren't there for the moment that was actually mattering. You just arrive at the end, but in the end it worked out. But that's because your team managed to win without you. Like, that's also a thing here. Like, why? Like, so if we watch that. You are at... You miss 70 mana. And you go back to base. This back, you didn't buy anything out of this back. So this back puts you out of the map for 20 seconds to gain 70 mana. 20 seconds is with like that mana regen is like 80 mana. So you gain absolutely nothing by that back besides like I'm not on the map for 20 seconds. So really like this thing is like try to shove out like situation where you're not like impacting the map. Now your team like kind of die. And now we have like to contest like a tough R prime. So here in those situations, I guess like if the howitzer just stay like in front of you like that, like just like you can kill him immediately. Like security gate, sticky mine, seek and destroy is out before you turn before. But let's see how it works that fight.
Killing spree.
So here it's a little bit like here the decision making is not ideal. So you come, which is nice. You get this angle. You try to go for the poke. You miss, but it's fine. Like here, this guy is like trying to zone you when you can't win the 1v1. You win the 1v1 in that situation. So And finally, like the steal comes, so you said, okay, I'm gonna follow the, I'm gonna follow the steal. So you try to go to for the follow of the steal, and then suddenly, like when the steal goes in, like like when the steal goes in, that's the moment that you're gonna turn around. Here, you can kill the Rictor with that dome. If you get the Seek and Destroy on top of the Rictor, is dead. He still dies, so that's good. And then, like here, little thing. So you don't have like the, for me the big offender is like, how is this Howitzer allowed to play in that position? Take the 1v1 that is offering you. So here, I guess you wanted to go for the Rictor here, just you miss the ability. But here, you can't really like contest the O prime anymore. So here, like your target is like this Howitzer at best. And so here, you can step up, but you don't step too much. Like you just like go, here you go a sticky mine, you just play slow until maybe like you're alone. So you have to play slow, kind of delay as much as you can. You need to not get being engaged on. Here, like you try to go for the sticky mine on the guy that you will never be able to just reach out after the sticky mine connect. But yeah, Howitzer should have been dead before you even enter the pit. Still should have realized that as well, but you can kill him by yourself. And once the Howitzer is out of the fight, then entering the pit and having a better Tesla Dome is so much easier because you relieve some pressure on yourself. Because you don't have the Howitzer that is poking you in the back, and that makes you like kind of scared. Which is always good to take. Like realistically speaking, they have like a hunt, you don't, so you're not looking at actually like stealing the objective, you're looking at killing as many people as you can so they don't get the buff on too many people. So now we're in defense mode.
An allied tower.
Geronimo shouldn't have used his cleans here, but it's fine. We get the pickup. Two people are dead. Be ready to follow up the rock. Very good. Oh, Seek and Destroy on top. Sticky Mine should be a kill. Wonderful. Flash in. She doesn't have a... Got the reset. Ooh. Okay, good job. You kind of baited. You had the epoch, so you were safe. In the end, we kind of cleared all the all prime buff, I think, from everyone. Yeah, well, this type of thing are gonna happen in pub games at NR because like not everyone is on the same page all the time. Natural. You can't get like everything perfectly. Mind the security gate that you missed that almost killed you. I like the play because you should be winning against like a Quang in the 1v1. I wish you played a little bit more inside your AoE spell overall. As soon as you go for the dash, if you have the Tesla Dome up, just use it to just like shred him away. And then you're kind of safe. But you win the 1v1.
Double kill.
Your team is cleaning up a little bit. Only the Rictor is left. Your team secured the Primal Fangtus, so you get triple Fangtus, that's good. But once again, like, if we look... So, in the end, you spend a big portion doing like nothing after your fight.
Double kill.
So here it's not easy to see, but you have like, here you decide to reset and you try to walk towards there, which is fine. But another play could have been that, okay, I'm too far away, I'm split pushing on the other side. Even if you're low on HP, since like almost everyone is dead on the enemy team, it's still fine. You're applying pressure. But I think it's fine overall to go for the rotation because you don't know how fast it's going to take. You don't know if your team is going to like make the fight take longer. So here this rotation is completely fine. From like a decisions point of view, it's just that overall it wasn't like efficient because like it worked out in the end for your team. But here it's not a decision mistake. It's just saying that that's happening like that. Here we're looking at the team. That's a lot of damage onto the Rictor. Rictor is 1 HP, but he survived. We're gonna get the tower. We keep poking with our Primal Fangtooth, which is very good. Start is going in. Tesla Dome should have been used immediately. Where is the Tesla Dome? A little bit late. So here, overall, here like the fight is not gonna go your way. Like as soon as we miss the rock and we see that they're going like kind of full all in on you. Here, you probably like will need your Tesla Dome to be able to kill that Serat and zone the rest of the team to create some space for your team. You can't wait for a good Tesla Dome. And so here, we probably like need to go for Tesla Dome, which zone people, maybe kill the Serat, and we get like something. Here, immediately, like Tesla Dome should be like used immediately, like here in that situation. And we wait a little bit too much, and then that means that they got the Rift Walker. And finally we got the Tesla Dome, but it's too late. You could have all in on that guy if you wanted. You could have killed him. No, it's a little bit too much. You need to start using more security gate into Seek and Destroy. You have a tendency to not time your cooldown around your security gate, which is very, very important if you want to deal maximum damage.
Enemy has fallen.
So here, it's always good practice to not get into that bad habit. Here, you don't need to go to melee range of that Rictor to kill him. Like here, it's absolutely like not needed to be in melee range. So it's something to not get into a bad habit if you don't need to be in position close to this type of character, because you don't know. Like maybe suddenly like the Rictor has Rift Walker skewer and there is like 3 people behind that fog wall. Because suddenly like here nothing happened, but that's an habit that we shouldn't get ourselves into, because suddenly like that's like we have to make the game as difficult as possible for the opponent to not find like potential counter engage. So here we get the kill, we're looking for some aggression, we get the stun.
Enemy has allied inhibitors under siege.
So here we're gonna like try to go for the O prime. We have a lot of damage. So here your job can be like zoning a little bit. Because you have Tesla Dome, there is like all the thing. Problem is the Mordok is already gone. Everyone is not on the same page, but overall in teamfight you need to be more decisive. Like, you spend a lot of time, like in pubs, it's not gonna be coordinated, and there is not gonna be like those huge like, oh, wonderful moment timing, because it's pubs. Like in pubs, it's always like gonna be like super scuffed all the time. So at that moment, like what you need to do is just like you take decisive action. Like for instance, once again, like you're in the late game as a mage, so you can one shot like squishies. So don't hesitate to go for like security gate, like Tesla Dome, Seek and Destroy. Like the thing is, Tesla Dome apply like magical person shred armor. So if you want to one shot people, like you need to invest in your Tesla Dome at some point. And that's not something that you're doing quite a lot. And so that's like here in those situations, in the end, you ended up like being like bounced left, right in the team fight, and you never really impacted the team fight. So at some point, when it starts to go sour, pick a target, go for it, and try to kill it. And if it works, good. If it doesn't work, well, it's fine. But it's better than just like staying around, like trying to find like the right opportunity, because like now the right opportunity is never gonna happen. He's probably dead. See here, you press the button. Okay, it's Tesla Dome being used, but that's a dead character in the enemy team.
Has fallen. Killing spree.
Fortunately, the rest of the team fight doesn't go well because we took a little bit too much damage early on and stuff.
The enemy has activated the orb.
Like that's the type of thing that does absolutely nothing. If you can't kill the guy that is DPSing the R prime, don't help them doing the R prime. Like I see mage do that constantly. If you don't kill the person that is DPSing the R prime, there is absolutely no value of doing that. Instead, like just like get some farm on the map, like push some wave. Like don't stay there at just like helping them with the R prime. You're not part of their team. So here we try to defend, but it's a lot of people. You can maybe defend one lane with like Tesla Dome, that's what you do, and that's basically like whole team is respawning. We're gonna get Oblivion Crown.
Allied inhibitors under attack.
So overall, we're gonna reach the end of that match, and I assume like here they just finish the game. You try to defend as much as you can, but they secure the W. So overall, for me, like there is two things that you need to focus on improving, and that will be like the conclusion of that coaching time. is in the early game, you just need to try to shove away like those time that you're actually like not doing anything. And we have seen like one of the big mistake was that moment when you had like no mana after the gank, like you overstay and that puts you like a tempo down, but you get like a lot of tempo because your opponent was actually being very nice to you. And so you need to try to use those moments to see how can I impact the map, how can I impact other lanes. Mid is actually, if you have tempo advantage and prio advantage, the lane that can impact the most the map because it's central and you can rotate everywhere. So it's very, very strong, and not taking advantage of that is not good as a mid laner. It's something that you need absolutely to do because it's just like the best way of actually like helping your team get ahead. And we have seen at the beginning of the match, you were like part of one kill out of all the kill of your team, and that's because like you're not looking enough on those things. Timing are not big though. That's why it's important to shove all those little moments that you actually lose time at doing something inefficient. I know it's not easy, but that's like what I've seen. And another thing I think you need to get better at in team fight is try to realize which of your front line is looking to be aggressive and CC people and be ready to follow on that. That's your job as a caster, is on a CC, you're gonna be able to dish out a lot of damage. And I feel like in teamfight, you're always like, oh, I don't know who I should focus. And it kind of shows, but it's because you're looking too much at the opponent and not enough at your teammate. What is your job as a caster is if my frontline CC some people, I need to put damage on top of that CC. So look more at the teammate that we're engaging. And in that match, to be fair, the Grux was trying to engage, the Steel was trying to engage, the Rampage was trying to engage. So they make the game very easy for you on like who to deal damage to. But you almost never really follow or wait for the CC to land your spell. And that's like the main skill you need to have as a mage, like in teamfights, is to be able to follow the CC and deal damage to the right target. Then once the fight starts to be like a little bit of a scramble and you don't have your vision of your front line and everything is exploding apart, then here you just like take a decision and you stick to it. But yeah, that was like the little coaching moment time.